As a self-proclaimed nerd, this is everything that I'm doing in August to become a more intelligent and well-rounded woman. Hi everyone, I've missed you. I just got back from a week-long vacation in Montana with Ava and we had so much fun. I think that was the first time since I started taking YouTube seriously that I actually fully disconnected. I was really enjoying that Airbnb. It was in the middle of nowhere on a farm in Montana. The owners were so incredibly sweet. I had a really good time. It was a great way to end the summer. I just have so much footage from it that it's taking me a while to kind of sift through it all. But Ava's back in school, very grateful for that, because as much as I love spending time with my baby 24/7, I need a minute alone. So I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across this creator. I'm gonna put her username somewhere on the screen right here.
One of the ways that I like to use my brain is I like to pretend that I'm just in a little school. So it's just a school that I made, and I get to focus on the curriculum that I want to do. So I want to show you some of my curriculum for this month. It's all just stuff that I like to learn about and stuff that's fun. But it's fun because I'm just this is my little school. These are just the subjects that I learn. And it's just a silly thing, because here's the thing: healthy, use your brain. Be creative. Creativity is cool.
So each month she picks a few subjects she wants to learn about, maybe new recipes that she wants to try, books she wants to read, things she wants to journal about. And I loved this concept. So I created my own and I want to share it with you so you can create your own monthly curriculum for your life. Because I am very pro whatever keeps you off your phone, I'm all for that. If I can stick my phone in a drawer and then go do another activity or class or watch a podcast and take notes, I'm 10 out of 10, I'm always going to choose the activity over scrolling. I mean, ironically, I did find her while I was scrolling, but that's not the point. Okay, so my curriculum is divided up into a few different categories that I want to share with you. First up, we have the books that I'm going to be reading. All right, first we have Near to the Wild Heart by Clarice Lispector. I have been told by so many people that I would love her books, so I'm gonna go into it kind of blind. I don't know what she writes about. I do know that her books are fairly short, so I'll probably get through them fairly quickly. This one's only 194 pages. I would say on a good stormy day, you could get through this in one day. I kind of know a little bit about her. I don't know too much, so I'm excited to read this one for sure. And if you know what this book's about, please don't spoil it for me in the comments. Just tell me if I'm gonna love it or not, okay? Next, I'll be reading my first John Steinbeck novel, Of Mice and Men. I do have his book, East of Eden. I haven't read it yet. It's going to be on my September TBR. But I figured this short one is good to dip my toes into the classics, and everyone tells me that I should read a John Steinbeck novel yesterday. I guess my biggest fear was that his writing was going to be so good that it was going to ruin my silly little fantasy books that I like reading. But we're diverse and we can read both. And because these books are so short and I am a pretty quick reader, I do have two more here. And the next one I have is As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. And it follows a girl who wants to be a pharmacist but ends up volunteering at the hospital during the war and her journey with that. Honestly, that's all I remember from the interview. I don't know much else other than that, but I'm very excited to read this one. And last on my list is Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. I have seen this book pop up on TikTok so many times and it's just been sitting on my shelf. I'm going into this one completely blind and I want to be surprised. And as far as the program is concerned, I really want to restart The Artist Way. I did the first 3 weeks the first time and then school let out for the summer, and it just was not possible to go out solo on an artist date as a solo mom. That just, it can't happen. So I want to restart this on Monday. Now, just because I stopped reading The Artist Way doesn't mean I stopped doing everything in it. I still kept my morning pages. In The Artist Way, it tells you to write 3 morning pages. It's just stream of consciousness journaling. Whatever comes to your mind, you just get it out on paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to spell things correctly. It doesn't have to be neat. It's just brain dumping, right? But I kept that habit even though I stopped doing The Artist Way, and I use this notebook right here for it. This is my morning pages notebook. I got a Louise Carmen journal. I know this is so niche, so if you don't know what that is totally fine. Louise Carmen makes these leather journal covers, and they are absolutely luxurious and beautiful, and I am becoming quickly addicted to them. But that's one habit that I kept, even though I've been journaling for years and years. I started out with the 5-minute journal. I think that's what everybody buys when they first start journaling. I manifested a lot of things with the 5-minute journal, okay? Don't sleep on the 5-minute journal just to get you into journaling. But as I've advanced, I have a lot more to say, and I need a lot more space than the 5-minute journal gives me. So that's why we have upgraded to this. All right, next on my list are Substack articles. I am obsessed with Substack. I want to create my own Substack. That is a goal for September. I'll update you on that. So instead of picking up my phone to scroll, or when I'm in line at Ava's school or something, I will pull out a Substack and read an article. Because instead of being spoon-fed information like you are on TikTok and Instagram Reels, I mean, it's just constantly random things coming at you. Your brain is like, whoa, cannot process all of this information. It's so terrible for you. Substack is more intentional, and you get deeper, higher quality content. Substack posts are usually essays or stories or really in-depth analysis that actually teach you something and make you think. Substack, at least for me, it fosters a more mindful, slower habit that calms my nervous system and isn't feeding me random information that you really just don't need to know. All right, y'all, before we get into this, which is my baby, okay, this is how I stay sane. My next subject is cooking. You guys know I love to cook. I cook for us every single night, but I want to get more fancy with it, okay? I want to learn the science behind why things go together. It fascinates me. So on my list, I have a pizza night with Ava with homemade pizza, like from scratch. I just think that's such a cool memory for kids. And also I want to learn how to make better homemade pizza. And then the second thing that I have is finding the best chocolate chip cookie recipe, because that is both Ava and I's favorite dessert. And there's just like a million chocolate chip cookie recipes out there, and I want to find and make the best one. All right, lastly, I want to keep feeding my journal ecosystem, okay? This is how I stay sane. I want to explain to you why I have so many journals and what I use them for. All right, y'all, I'm gonna rapid fire my journals, but if you want a more in-depth journal video, please just let me know. I would be more than happy to make it. First things first, my traveler's journal. This is from Paper Republic. So you'll see a theme in my journals, Paper Republic and Louise Carmen. I have quite a few here, but these are the two companies that I like to buy from. They make leather journal covers. They're good, thick leather right here. So you can change out the notebook whenever you want, and you can add charms, you can customize it. This is what I have on the front of my traveler's notebook. This notebook goes everywhere with me. I use it as a commonplace book. Any ideas that I have when I'm out and about, any quotes that I want to remember. If I'm in the carpool line at Ava's school watching a podcast or something, then I'll pull this out with me. It's just something very convenient that I keep all my thoughts in. And like I said, it goes with me absolutely everywhere. Next, I have my morning pages journal, which I already showed you. This is a Louise Carmen one. Here's the charms on it right here, and then here's the front. You'll see that all of my journals have my initials right here, JLE. Every single journal I have has my initials on it. So I'll use this one for my morning pages. I have a portfolio in here that I keep my pens in, and the only notebooks that I use currently are Sterling Ink. This is the company right here. No, they haven't sponsored me. I wish they would, because I buy so many of their products. But I love the Sterling Ink paper because it's very soft and it doesn't bleed. This is just my personal opinion, but having a notebook for different areas of your life is key to staying organized and actually consistent with journaling. Instead of having everything all lumped up into one journal, you're way less likely to use it that way. Next, I have my junk journal. This is also a Louise Carmen. Here are my charms for it. I love them. I have a palm tree, heart, seashell, and another red heart. Okay, let me take this out. I love junk journaling my life because it's so cool to look back on. I just started a page for Montana, and here's a second one. These aren't finished, but just to give you an idea. I glued the plane tickets here, added a leaf. This is a postcard that I got from Montana. And then what I like to do is I like to write memories like from the trip, or from just like a random special day that I want to remember. It doesn't have to have a purpose, right? You can just junk journal your life just to remember your life when you're older. Next, I have this Paper Republic journal in the natural color, I believe. And then Love It Planner sent me a few charms for my journals. This one says falling in love for real, and I think it's so cute. I use this journal every single day. If I'm reading a book or listening to a podcast or reading a Substack or something, I will grab this and make notes on it so I can actually remember what I read. It's very easy to read something or listen to something, and then honestly, like a week later, you'll forget what it was about or that you even read it. So I like to do active reading and active listening and actually writing down what I am reading as it pertains to my life. I think that's the key, right? I think that's the key to retention, is writing it in a way that actually pertains to your life and what you want to remember and take away from it and apply to your own life. And not just taking notes, right, on what you're reading or listening, but write it in a way that actually pertains to you. That was a huge mindset shift for me this year, and it works so well. Then my last notebook here, I have the Louise Carmen Magnum. I love the yellow in the front, but it's just black. Has my initials right there. But I only use this for work. Planner. These are the best planners in my opinion. I used to be a digital planner girly, and I'm not anymore because I like writing things down. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I can't remember anything that I put like in a notes app. I can't remember it. This notebook is very messy. It's full of like all of my YouTube ideas, and then I have the monthly calendar right here. This is like last month. It's just to make sure that I get everything done. You know, being a solo mom, you are busy and you have a lot to remember with like school things and work and making sure that I'm uploading to YouTube and doing my job, right? But also that I'm putting out videos that actually mean something and that people can learn from. That part is really important to me. So I like to brainstorm in this notebook. So this is my journaling ecosystem minus that one journal that's upstairs. All right, last thing I wanted to do was pick a skill that I can get better at, something I'm new at to challenge my brain. So I picked up watercolors. It's been really fun. I got this little paint set right here. I just got it on Amazon. It was pretty cheap. But what I like about it is that it comes with like this pen that you put water in up here so you don't have to keep dipping it. So for instance, Ava and I went to the beach and I filled it up with ocean water and just painted. And then I got us matching little booklets of watercolor paper. And I'm not a painter, but that's kind of the whole point, right? So I've been learning how to just make cute little like watercolor drawings. I don't know, it's been really fun to learn, and I like doing like mind off activities. Like these limes are pretty good. Come on, you have to give me credit for that. So it's been really fun. I literally just carry it in my bag. All right, y'all, I'm so glad to be back to weekly videos. And if you're a parent, great job over the summer. We did it, fist bump. Please let me know if you make your own monthly curriculum. We can keep each other off of our phones and stimulating our brains so we can be disgustingly educated on so many topics, because there's so much to learn in so little time. At least that's how I feel. All right, let me know if you make your own monthly curriculum. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one.